The book festival has been working in partnership with a number of organisations during the year to provide support to people from vulnerable communities around the city, and this has been part of what's called the Book Festival's community programme. And one of the projects that they've been working with is working with Derby College and the students on their what's called their Lexus programme, which is where they're teaching people English, where English isn't their first language, and they've produced stories of the people who've been taking part in that programme, and those stories have been converted into a lovely book called Our Past, Present and Future, which I strongly recommend to you. It's only a £5. Is it a £5, Jess? It is only a £5. Really super book with the stories of the individual students who are taking part in the programme. So it's a lovely book, and I'd now like to introduce Yageen, who's going to read from her book, from her story. Over to you.
Hi everyone. My name is Yageen Arro, and I'm from Sudan. I've been here for a year, and when I came, I didn't speak any English. I'm really happy and thankful for the Book Fest because they gave me this chance to come here and present my story to you. Thank you so much. And now I'll read my story. It's called The Glimmer of Hope. It was an amazing sunny day with a clear sky. The birds were twittering and the smells of the flowers and roses were refreshing my soul. I was at home in Sudan with my aunt, and I could see the children playing happily in the street opposite our house. I was in the kitchen when I heard my aunt's phone ringing. I picked up the phone and handed it to my aunt, and I went back to my work. After a few minutes, my aunt called me excitedly. I could see happiness and joy in her face and eyes. I knew that I was going to hear great news. My aunt started crying, and then she said the magic word that I had always dreamt of. She told me that my mom, who went to Europe a few years ago, got a settlement visa. At that very moment, I felt my body half paralyzed. And I even felt cold. I felt cold even though it was summer. And then, suddenly my tears began to flow. My mom wanted to talk to me on the phone, but I was unable to talk. A few months later, my mother told me to get ready because I needed to travel and join her in the United Kingdom very soon. At that time, I was even happier than before. A few weeks passed. I packed my bags and waved goodbye to my aunt, friends and neighbors. It was a long journey, but all I was thinking of, that my dreams would soon come true. I had lived for nearly 3 years without my mom. Being a child who used to sleep in her mother's lap, I suddenly lost her presence. When I arrived in Turkey, I found everything different, and the airport was huge. I felt a bit lost, as I had never been in such a big place. When I got out of the plane, I was welcomed by a British man. He greeted me and started talking to me in English. But I just left him because, due to my poor English, I couldn't understand a word of what he was saying. The man was shocked with my reaction. His mouth was wide open because of the way I behaved and the fact that I didn't give him much attention. Luckily, my brother pulled me back and told me that the man was the person we were expecting to take us to our mother. I went back to the man and looked at him shyly with the biggest smile on my face as I tried to apologize. We stayed in the airport lounge. It was a hot day and I could feel the sun's heat reflected on the glass. At last, we boarded the plane. I didn't sleep well that night. I woke up to hear the flight assistant's voice saying that we arrived in Manchester City. I was very excited and I couldn't believe that in a few minutes I would finally see my mom. It was extremely emotional. I came out from the airport, found my mom outside. I felt a strange feeling which I had never felt it before. I felt like a lost bird in a big empty space full of strangers. But when I looked at my mom, I felt I had found my nest again, and I finally knew that we would be together. I was lucky because the tears helped me express my feelings. My mom smiled and told us we would take the train to Derby where she lives. When I was in Sudan, I used to imagine England as a big garden full of impossible and magic things, exactly like heaven. Even though I don't see that now, I'm not saying it's like what I expected. That hasn't affected my dreams. I'm still running after my goals and I will make them come true. Thank you.
So we had the wonderful pleasure to read this year's and previous year's copies of this Lexis book with all these wonderful stories from people who've come to England from all sorts of different backgrounds and places around the world and for different reasons and had different journeys. And we also read the Refugee Tale book as well. And there are many, lots of similarities between the two. And yeah, so we've had a go at trying to, it's impossible to do anything justice with what we do. This is merely a little smattering of a song in response to what we've read, but absolutely amazing stories. But we've tried to sort of pick some of the commonality from all the different tales that people have told us through these books. And, it's kind of coming to a country maybe with your, wild imaginations about where this place is and what it might hold for you, and then coming there and feeling, you don't know the language, you suddenly can become quite isolated, no matter what your journey's been or your aspirations or how you've landed. And then through this wonderful Lexis course where all these people have been starting English often for the very first time and learning English, and how that language allows them to tell their stories to other people, and how that language enables them to make friends and to interact with you guys and tell them your stories. And then there's a sharing of stories can happen through the learning of a sort of a new mutual language. So we've tried to get some of that into the song, and so it's the first time we're going to play it, so I can't guarantee it'll be spotless. But it's called A New Friend of Mine.
Tell your story as these words align, the shuffle slowly settle as you ride. Stories in your hand are marked with scars to be told, and in their lines they bear the consequences of the road. Tell your story as these words align, the shuffle slowly settle as you ride. There's no way to spell the homesick and the hard to find, language to unfurl in this new space and this new soil. Half a chance on the sea,